The Unpodcast is brought to you by Emma. Get more from your email marketing.
In a world where QR codes kill kittens and customer service is an oxymoron, one podcast has set out to make things right. This is the Unpodcast with your hosts, Scott Stratten and Alison Kramer.
I did not know where you were going. This is why if we really wanted to get proper work done, we would have to remove every item from this room except for the two of us.
I did Dre. I did the Dr. Dre. Still Dre piano intro.
I can't believe you didn't break anything or disconnect anything on your stroll from your chair over
It's
to the
still
piano.
early. Hi, everybody. Live from Beattown Sound Studios in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. You are listening to the Unpodcast.
There's a lot of pianos in here.
The business show for the fed up. Yeah, they've expanded the studio, and so we're looking forward to episode 200 celebration. For those that were here at the 100, we've expanded.
Yeah, we have more room, more people.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Maybe we'll put the right date on the invitation this time.
Oh, boy. We became a topic on our own show.
Oopsie daisy.
Coming up, speaking of shows, we got Doritos being awesome. We got a lot of awesome stories in the past few episodes. Very happy about that. We had the most ridiculous, horrible thing ever on Facebook, according to me. Garage door opener company being, pretty awesome. Well, shifty. We have why men are horrible, and yeah.
You know, some other stories. If
other
we have
things.
time.
All
We'll
that.
see how it goes.
All that and nothing more brought to you by Emma. Go to myemma.com/unpodcast for all your email marketing needs and tips and tricks and everything else, because they're there for you, which means they're there for us, and all around good times. Now with landing pages. That's right. After a successful Marketing United in Nashville, which was a good time, we had fun.
We did.
It's a great event. It just keeps getting better. So, and again, Nashville, killing it. Having a good time down in that city. Say hi to them. Voted one of the top 50 employers in Nashville, Tennessee.
They were.
Always good. Always awesome. Always fun. How are you?
I'm good. Did you go to your prom? I bet you went to like 4 proms. When I look at you, I think you went to many proms.
No, here's the thing. So I went, supposed to go to my girlfriend's prom, who was a grade above me.
Yeah, of course.
Because of course. And I only had limited funds. And instead of renting a tux, I bought a season's pass to Canada's Wonderland. Because I figured that
like
was
our local amusement park.
Yeah,
if you're in the States.
yeah, Six Flags type of thing, whatever. And I found that had a better investment. And
Did you actually end up going to the prom with her?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah.
And then I went to next year, my next girlfriend's prom, hers, but I never went to mine.
You didn't go to your own?
No, like a senior prom. No, I never went to that. No.
No?
Because I went to the other one. I went to hers, which is at a Catholic school. It's really weird. But no, I never went to my own.
I just feel like you would have gone to like a whole bunch of proms. I don't know why.
No.
Were you a good dancer like back then? Did you dance like right now? So people who are listening and who might not know Scott personally or have had the pleasure of seeing Scott dance, he's an excellent dancer. Like it's up. You may be a better dancer. Like it's above speaking, I think. Like I know that is not an insult on my part as to your speaking. You were a very good dancer.
I do like to cut a rug.
Yeah. Were you a good did you dance like that back in the day?
No, I don't think I did. I think that was somewhat. It was an acquired skill after a while, but I don't know, something about back then, and Backstreet Boys came on, and it was just like, you know what? I got these moves. And it was everybody, and I had it right down. And people started, clearing the dance floor and watching, and I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, and then I realized I just stopped caring.
Yeah, I think it's a confidence thing, probably.
That was a big part. I stopped caring about what other people thought of me dancing. I just let her rip, and that was it. That was something that really opened it up for me. I love dancing. The problem is you can't go dance many places unless it's at like weddings and funerals.
You don't dance at funerals.
But weddings, like really, that's the only place that'll play the hits of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s that you can dance to. Because if you go to a club now, I go to a club in Vegas or Manhattan, places we don't go to clubs in either, and it's all music I just don't.
Yeah, for young people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Not
Where's
really.
the clubs for the 40-year-olds?
It's not weird at all.
Where's it happening?
A club for a 40-year-old's getting to go to bed early.
Where's the Crocodile Rock of Vegas? Which is a place in Toronto. So yeah, by the way, if any of you are getting married, you can just invite Alison and I, and we'll dance.
Well, mostly Scott dances.
Yeah.
And I smile at him adoringly. That's usually how our dancing works.
If it's a cash bar wedding, we're not going to go. But if we don't even drink, it just gives us the stature of the wedding. So
I have a prom story for you. Mm-hmm. All right. So in Kansas, 4 Kansas teens rode to prom in style after a popular chip company heard how the boys creatively used their product to ask a friend to prom. So in March, Sheldon Whittle asked his best friend's little sister to the prom, which I think is pretty awesome. I have a feeling your friends might not have liked you inviting their little sisters to the prom, though, Scott.
I only dated 2 friends, younger sisters in high school.
Only. All right. So during the promposal, which is what the kids call it these days, during the promposal, he was wearing a Doritos t-shirt that said, "I know I'm nacho, typical Dorito, but I'm going to be cheesy and ask, will you go to the prom with me?" And so they went to the prom, and Doritos are the younger sister's favorite snack. So it was very sweet and thoughtful. And it says the chip company heard about the promposal and this past weekend sent them off to prom in style. They rolled out the red carpet for everyone and brought in 2 helicopters to fly them to the dance, one for each couple. And a family in Wisconsin raised money to donate her dress, complete with a tiara and a wand, to make her wish of looking like Cinderella come true. So good feelings all around. I think it's fantastic. Promposal's like a big thing now. We didn't have that.
No. Talking about a made-up word.
That should have been our made-up word.
I just love the fact that Doritos had a couple of helicopters already branded with Doritos on it. Like that was the surprising part about the story, right? It was just like, and she's rocking the dress.
She is. It's fantastic. I love it.
Very cool. And it's there you go. There's, sometimes marketing and real-time marketing is about listening and seeing what's, what going out there and then jumping on top of it. We saw that with Wrangler jeans and the Mike Rowe thing where the guy was half submerged in the water and like you can only see his jeans and they jumped in and gave him a bunch of jeans. Like that's what I like. Like that's low-hanging fruit for marketing and it's the best. You know what I mean? Like it's we justify spending 6 figures on an ad in something, but we're like, oof, not sure if we could send the helicopter or do like that's well done, and it endears you. And at the end of the day, a brand is a collective, your collective thought about something, so it all goes together. Okay, bad things start eroding your thought in the brand, and these good things help enhance it. Does it change the flavor of the Cool Ranch chip or the zesty cheese Dorito? No, but it does when there is especially different choices. It helps endear the brand, just even incrementally.
I like it too because we talk a lot about how to deal with negative feedback from customers and like all the energy that brands spend trying to make negative experiences into positive experiences. And here is a story that's a positive experience. Like they could have just liked the story and said it was a great story, but they're making already loyal, happy customers even happier. And I like that. I like that you should take that time to return the high five of your loyal customers and celebrate the people who love your product. And I think that that's what they did here, which I like.
I had both my friends' blessings to date their younger sister, by the way.
Right. Sure you did.
Not really.
No, I don't believe you at all.
That's okay. But I saved myself for you.
The funniest thing you've ever said on the podcast. Read your story.
By the way, I'm still insisting our fine listenership that Alison, if meeting me in high school, would not have talked to me.
I totally would have talked to you.
No way.
Yes,
she would have talked to me. I need another
I love metal. Trench coats. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shaved side of my head, trench coats, and skull rings.
I love trench coats.
Wayne is a fellow freak show. Do you think she would have talked to me in high school?
I would have talked to Wayne.
Yeah, I would have talked to Wayne. I know, because he made it look cool.
Wayne's awesome.
Wayne, you never owned a trench coat, did you?
I didn't own the trench coat, sorry.
So you didn't do the trench coat, okay.
No,
good.
Just jean jackets and leather jackets.
Jean jackets. The jean jacket's the trench coat of this year.
Yeah.
It is. I'm just she never would have talked to me. There is a pecking order in high school.
Maybe in class when it was like...
In class, if she had to sit beside me?
1 second.
No way. In the cast,
I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand this dynamic at all. No. Okay, if anyone would have been begging someone for stuff and homework and things like that in class, it would not have been me talking to Scott.
But that's what I'm saying. No, what we were saying is you never would have talked to me.
Not in class.
Wow, see?
But in the cafeteria,
it's really coming out now, the elitism.
In cafeteria, I would have, but not in class.
No way. The caf is where everything is set. The caf is the house of commons.
Tables are set.
Yeah. You don't mess that up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You wouldn't have ventured across the aisle
Of course I would have.
to talk to the chates.
No way.
No one uses
with
that
the
word
entire
in the
calf
whole.
watching.
You made up that word.
That is a word from Oakville High School.
Yeah, it's
Chate.
not a real
It's
word.
a long-haired, greasy person. Me. Which again, I'm now a chate. I'm a chate again. That's really what I'm bringing chate back.
No.
Adam, what class did you fit into in school? What were you considered? Oh, you AV guy. I was the AV guy. Caitlin.
What person?
Yeah. Wait. What? Wait. Okay. Wait.
Just gonna guess?
Yep.
How could this possibly go wrong?
Arts, drama, music.
No.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay, go.
Sports.
Yeah, I was
Sports,
gonna
yeah?
say sports.
What sport?
Volleyball and rugby.
Volleyball and rugby.
Yeah,
I
same.
was so far off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just totally went the wrong way.
I was like one play, so you're probably right.
Thank you. I was right.
You weren't right. You
better.
weren't even close to right.
And Wayne,
What?
give me the group
Groups?
you belonged to in high school.
I was music art kid, but I also played hockey, so I was kind of like it was. Weird.
Oh man, you had the crossover of
Yeah.
music and hockey.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
That's a tough to bridge.
Calf was a tough time.
That was. It was a weird time.
It was a weird time.
The ice jocks over here.
Yeah.
Musicians
I
over
don't
there.
understand. Did you go to high school in some like television show?
Yeah,
People didn't talk to each other if they were in the same group.
No.
What are you talking about? That is
Man,
not reality.
My high
That's
school
a
was
Disney.
super cliquey.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
went.
gosh.
Look, I looked at Zac Efron daily, and he never talked to me. That's how it was, right? That's how it was. No, high school was like high school. Where do you think High School Musical got its
Yeah, I
basis
didn't really.
from?
That wasn't really my
Real
experience.
high school.
Have you seen The Breakfast Club?
Yeah. Hello, I got you for 2 and 2. Okay. Now here's the difference. The reason why you didn't experience high school that way
I
is
loved high
because
school. It was the best.
You are a hot, attractive.
Well, I wasn't as hot
person.
in high school.
So
gonna
that then
say.
changes. Your life is different. Your life was different.
I
The struggle for us was
don't
real.
want to talk about this anymore.
You said, I don't know where you guys experienced this. I'm like, because you're the pinnacle. You're the best.
I'm surprised that I understand why your friends wouldn't let you date their little sisters with the
I don't know what's wrong.
stuff you're
Wow.
shoveling right now.
Problem. I don't see the problem.
What's your story there, Stratten? Moving along.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to date your sister. I did, but I didn't. One was because of a bet. So anyway, let's move on. So I saw the worst thing, by the way,
The worst.
since high school. The worst thing I've ever seen on Facebook. So you already know, and you can all guess, our fine listeners who's still listening right now, is the Facebook status update with the color background and the text.
Yeah.
Right? It's done to make it stand out. And what you look like is a knob. But that's what people do, is make my status stand out. I put
Yeah.
the color behind it.
We talked about it a couple episodes ago
Yeah.
about how much we hate it.
So I witnessed recently the exponentially worse version of that.
It gets worse?
That a brand page called Old Timers
Okay.
put up a color text status as a video.
How did they make it a video?
They just made it. They didn't use the Facebook color background move. They just made a video with a color background and text.
And does it change or anything?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't video at all.
Oh, but it like for the algorithm, for Facebook's
So the
algorithm, it comes
Facebook's
up as a video.
EdgeRank algorithm gives it you've uploaded this to Facebook, so we'll give it a boost. And then they're using the text with the color background.
They're really using all the tricks.
I hate them. I hate all of them. I don't hate Old Timers in general. I mean, this is the Facebook page. It's terrible.
I think you do hate old timers in general. I think we need to talk about that for a little bit. I love this story. So this is from Mashable.com. And it's the title of the article is Guy Leaves Bad Review About Smart Garage Opener, Gets Unexpected Response from the Company. So basically, a gentleman who identified on Amazon as Robert Martin purchased so it's a garage opener and it links to your phone. Garadget, another made-up word we could have used. Garadget, garage and gadget brought together, is a small connected door opener. So we have the thermostat, that Scott can check it from his phone,
Nest,
and they have lights and all kinds of things. So anyway, this is a garage door opener, and I guess he got this Garadget, and he left a very negative review. So it was a 1-star review. It says, junk, do not waste your money. iPhone app is a piece of junk, crashes constantly. Startup company that obviously has not performed proper quality assurance tests on their products. And it got quite a bit of attention. There were I think probably after the story came out, it has a lot of people who found it helpful. But it got a lot of attention. And so, we've talked about this before. Like, what does a company do when they get these kinds of reviews? And so the answer Martin got from Garadget in response, first reported on a site called Ars Technica, which is fascinating.
Yeah, good site.
And it says, was probably not the one he was expecting. The man behind the project told Martin his harsh tone was not appreciated and then proceeded to render Martin's device unusable by disabling the server connection. So how this works is that it's connected to a server so he can control it for a phone. And so he wrote, the abusive language here and in your negative Amazon review, submitted minutes after experiencing a technical difficulty, only demonstrates your poor impulse control. I'm happy to provide the technical support to the customers on my Saturday night, but I'm not going to tolerate any tantrums. At this time, your only option is to return GarageNet to Amazon for a refund. And it says what the unit number is, and it says the unit number will be denied server connection. So basically, they're saying, you're fired. Not only are you fired, but you have no choice but to return your item because it is no longer usable.
No, and the best part about this is you can't open your garage.
No. Your garage is closed. It's closed until you get something different to open it.
Oh.
So I guess that his response, which I sort of enjoy, got a lot of negative feedback. Like a lot of people said, you can't do this, you can't, blah, blah. And apparently part of his response wasn't only to this, but there was also a very angry comment that Martin left on their page. So it wasn't only the review, it was also on the page, and the language was quite aggressive. And so after getting a lot of negative feedback, Garadget did eventually return his service, and he wrote this, he said, okay, calm down, everybody. Save your pitchforks and torches for your elected representatives. This only lacks the death threats now. The firing of a customer was never about the Amazon review, just wanted to distance from a toxic individual ASAP. Admittedly, not the slickest PR move on my part. Access restored, note taken. And then it says, P.S. Anybody has Streisand's phone number. Because we talked about that him giving
effect,
him giving attention to the negative review brought it more attention, and that's the Streisand effect. So, I don't know what you think here. I mean, it's a funny story. Like, I think it's pretty funny.
You shouldn't do this, and I love it. It was great.
Yeah.
And the guy went off. I read his Facebook post too. And
he was really angry.
He certainly went off. I still think you're within your right to be pissed off when something doesn't work. And they say he didn't use it much or was very recently downloaded. Guys cheat, whatever. You say, I'm sorry you don't like it, please return it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, as two people who are built our show on customer advocacy, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I still thought it was funny.
I thought it was pretty funny too.
And he took the risk, and he gets the fallout. I'm also sure it gave a product that doesn't have a lot of awareness.
Yeah,
so
quite a lot of
it might have helped
awareness.
them in sales. So I just think that I thought it was funny. I laughed. I really laughed hard when I read this the first time too.
And it says that the response is they were in the early stages of the setup. His device was never in actual use. It was an add-on device, yada, yada.
It was user error.
It was user error. So, most of us, like I have this response to a lot of things that don't work. And then I realize like I haven't plugged them in or I don't have it on right or all these kinds of things. So it is a little impulsive when something doesn't work at the beginning to go be angry about it. But
we're also human. The guy's like a Saturday night home on my own. This guy's losing his mind.
Yeah.
Because he didn't set it up properly.
Imagine if all products have that power. Like, imagine if you were like this, like you drank your Starbucks and like it tasted really bad, and you're like, oh, I hate Starbucks, and then like bleep bleep bleep, and like all of a sudden like the cup just drains away.
The holder seals up. You can't sip it anymore.
Starbucks has taken away your right to drink your coffee because you said you don't like it.
My fridge sucks. Your fridge no longer works. My car is this Ford piece of crap. It will no longer drive.
Yeah, that's it. Get out.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah, it's like breaking up with a person,
I think if you insult a Tesla, Musk himself will be like, delete it.
Yeah.
And just go, move. Yeah, now it's just a storage bin. You can't drive the thing anymore. We're getting there.
I like it.
We're getting there. We're almost at total recall level now. So, and speaking of shutting you down if you don't like them, go to myemma.com/unpodcast for all your email marketing needs, as long as you're kind. Because my Emma don't put up with your crap.
No, she doesn't.
That's what I know.
She'll turn off that brand new landing page.
We know them pretty well.
We do.
She don't suffer fools. That's what we know. It's the best endorsement we've given them so far. On with the show. All right, a friend of the show, Michaela Alexis, who's an up-and-coming LinkedIn star, has opened up her own company. We sent her some books a year or so ago. And she's kind of exploded on LinkedIn, which is great. She has a great following, writes a lot of great things on there, too. She did share something that really ruffled our feathers, and we wanted to share it, too. She posts LinkedIn friends. I rarely share things like this, but this one I couldn't ignore. Here are some super simple rules of engagement to maximize your experience on here. 1, don't hit on strangers. 2, if you do hit on strangers and they ignore you, don't respond by trying to belittle them. 3, if you do all the above, there's a good chance your message will end up on said cold-hearted woman's update. So she posted this. And she got a message, and it says, "Hi, Michaela. I hope you are fine, doing great and shining as usual. I just wanted to share with you some of my thoughts in terms of your continuous ignorance to my messages and to my invitation to connect in the first place. You may be ignoring my messages because you think I am just here to flirt. Actually, that's not true at all. I am just a direct person. And I used to express my feelings in a very simple and straightforward manner. Maybe I approached you in a wrong way, and I should not have started speaking with you, shedding the light on your beauty. I totally understand this, but does it deny the fact that you're a very pretty woman? You do have exceptional attraction powers. Believe me when I tell you that 100% of men in your connection circles would love if they have the opportunity, the courage, or even the simplicity to tell you what I'm telling you. But they preferred to be indirect to avoid your ignorance. I am a huge fan of your contributions on LinkedIn. I do value your posts, the amazing and wonderful way you influence people, your innovative communication style, the issues you raise, the stories you tell, the situations you share, and much more. Though, the question still exists. Apart from all of that, if I just express my admiration of your beauty, does it make me a bad person who deserves to be ignored all the time?
Yes.
I don't know. You tell me. Allow me to speak openly to you as well. Your ignorance to me does not even conform with the values you share with your fans on LinkedIn, and it does not add any value or make any change. On contrary, maybe your response or reach out, create better understanding, or make a change or clarify a situation. Sincerely, Michaela, your ignorance makes someone feels too small to reach out to. Does it comply with your personality or ethics?
Oh, that person's the worst. They make men look bad.
So I post this screenshot of this with Michaela's permission on the marketing page. And just get an overwhelming response from people saying, "Oh, that's tame."
Oh yeah, well it is. He didn't send any pictures.
And I realize of just how the blissful ignorance I've gone through social media.
Yeah.
As a male, and not having to deal with any of these things.
Yeah, that's pretty gross though.
But that to me is creepy. Like the way it's written.
The way he writes it is creepy.
Look, if I just shoot you a schlong pic and stuff, that's gross, and it's harassment, and that's But the way this is written.
But a lot of the tone of things like this, and I've seen them before, is that the immediate turn on like that it's the woman's fault. Clearly there's something wrong with you. And you're putting off a bad vibe because you don't want to hear about how beautiful I think you are. Like,
I'm just telling
you're
you the
an
truth.
idiot.
I'm brave enough to tell you
that
others aren't. And I'm like, how do you deal?
Because all women should do what she did, which is every time a woman gets a message like that, they should make it as public as possible, and then people wouldn't do it. Part of the reason he does that is because first of all, he's an idiot, and second of all, because he doesn't think that she's going to out him.
But the other side of it too, and then somebody brought this up as well, because my whole thing is the same thing. I will help you shame these people, and somebody said people hesitate to because they think it's going to get worse. They'll start threatening them. They'll start it'll get even worse. And
but that's also taking a lot of it like personally. A lot of thinking it's going to get worse is somehow thinking that you're a part of it getting worse. Mm-hmm. Like this could get worse without her doing anything, just continuing to ignore it.
For sure.
Sharing it doesn't mean that's the reason it got worse. You don't know what would have happened. And sharing it means that other people see that you're not the only, there's a really good chance that this person is doing this to more than Michaela, that he's sending the same messages
out. It's not first time going out on a limb.
To tons of, that's right. This isn't his first, run at this. Like
dipping
he's done it before.
In the pool,
And so like the more people share it, the less shame is involved, and you should just out, I think, people.
Between this and the story we told a few episodes ago about them changing the male and female who's emailing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you advise?
I think people are really scared of you, so I don't get a lot of these messages.
Yeah, please share them if they do, and then I'm more than happy to.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it to anyone listening because He will kill you. What do I suggest? I think that the more people talk about getting messages like this, then other people see that they're getting them, and then you learn how to deal with them, because you don't know what to reply. It feels very intimate. Like this one's really creepy, but it feels very intimate in that the person knows your name. And especially, if you make your living sharing things online, like you've posted, there's a good chance that she shared pictures of her family, and she shared where they hang out and what city they live in, and she may even share, doing live events places or speaking at conferences. It's one of those things that in general, not always, but in general, men don't need to worry about. You can post your schedule of every place you're going to be, and you don't generally, not all men, but you don't generally need to worry about a stalker that's going to hurt you showing up. And whereas it's different for women, and it's one of the reasons that makes putting yourself out there really, really difficult, especially if you've suffered from abuse in the past. Then to put yourself out there is very challenging. And so that's one of the arguments in the whole, women just need to put themselves out. Well, that's not a full argument, because things like this don't generally happen to men. And so I think the more we share the stories and get other people on our side, the better. But that said, it's hard to be the person that's putting the story out there. And I'm glad she shared it. I think it's good that she shared it. I think it's brave that she shared it. And I hope that other women who see it will be like, oh, so if that happens to me, I will also out these people.
Of course, because one of the weights of power you give somebody doing that is making you feel alone. And nobody else experiences this.
But it's a hard thing to do, because I understand the inclination to say, if you put it out there and the guy gets even angrier, he's going to know that you're at a conference in New York. So I can't judge what someone decides to do with it. But I think in this case, I'm glad that she shared it, and hopefully she'll be safe. But I think even getting rules around it, it's one of those wild west of online, you know what I mean? Rules that we're still building up safeguards along with innovation, is that, what do you do? And where's the line? And is it harassment? Is it an email harassment? Is it, where's the line of feeling safe? And so the more we can share them, the more chance we have of having the right information to make those guidelines, I think.
At least when this happens on LinkedIn, you have the entire person's resume.
Yeah, it's not anonymous.
Yeah, which is a nice one step.
Like those Facebook things.
Or the Twitter accounts.
Hello, beautiful. That's all anonymous.
Yeah, never go into your other messages folder on Facebook.
Also, I hope the LinkedIn guy realizes it's not anonymous.
Yeah.
I hope he realizes when it gets outed that his profile and his job and his spouse and all of his information is going to go along with it, because, certainly not. It's not a dating site.
No.
It's LinkedIn.
Well, I remember back in, was it 2012 or so, when we were at South by, we check in on Foursquare somewhere and then people would show up.
Yeah.
That was ooh. And I had women message after I posted this thing, we don't even say we were somewhere until we've left.
Yeah.
Just that point. And it's something it doesn't have to cross my mind.
No.
Other than annoyance that somebody might show up I don't want to talk to. I'm that's all I had ever considered. Yeah. I'd never considered safety.
Yeah.
Or threat or harassing.
That's a privilege.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is I've never gotten a harassing message I've gotten some spam ones that apparently I'm beautiful and I like to marry. Right? You know what I mean? Accounts that no longer exist for some reason. But I've never, ever, ever dealt with anything like that. That's...
Well, we're glad she shared her story.
Yeah. More power to you, Michaela. Keep doing what you're doing, because the world is noticing in a wonderful way. So, and the best thing is, so we sent her books a year ago, and then so just a month or two ago, she's like, I want to return the favor to people who could use a couple inspirational books, something because when we sent them to her, she shared this story publicly. She had lost her job, and she had messaged me about just, is there something to content marketing and social media? So I sent her 6 books, and that really helped her. And then also she picked 3 people to do the 2, and then we sent them books too.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
She's paying it forward. It's wonderful.
So we don't really have a made-up word this week.
Which is
funny, because we said 2 made-up words in the episode. But so instead of a made-up word this week, I'd like to draw your attention. So how podcast research works is, over the month, Scott and I collect different articles and we share them on Facebook and Twitter, and we save them. And Scott has a running list on his phone of all the things he wants to print out. And, I send him ones when I see it, and Scott, then usually the night before, will print out everything. And then in the morning before I go through everything and I look at it. And sometimes there are random notes on the list, which are really funny. Like there are words, like sometimes it won't be the definition of a made up word.
jeans.
So it'll just say kninkles. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I guess I'll put it in episode 2. And I just kind of like roll with it. So this was one of my favorite notes, I think, that I've ever seen. So Scott, I'm going to read what the note, and then if you could explain to the Unpodcast listeners in lieu of a made up word what this means. It says, farmersonly.com. You don't have to be a farmer. And that's the note.
It just made me furious. That was there on TV. It's commercial. Farmersonly.com, right? Where a farmer can meet a farmer, and they can meet each other, and you're like, how y'all doing? And you're like, I don't understand, and I understand you because we also farm. And now the commercial is farmersonly.com. You don't have to be a farmer. In the very definition of the term only.
Oh my God.
It is only farmers. It's not called farmersandotherpeople.com. Farmers only. All right?
Yeah.
So there's no leeway in the term. Only itself, by definition, is very, very structured. Whatever I'm saying only with, that is all. Farmers and veterinarians and grocery store workers.com. Maybe their market wasn't big enough. Maybe the farmers are on there like, I don't want to date each other. You know what I'm saying? Farmersonly.com. If I say the West website is Christiansonly.com, which exists,
Yeah.
does that mean atheists welcome? No, because it's Christians only. I self-identify as your market. I show up.
You know what I love about this? Is that I was not with you when you saw this Farmers Only commercial, but I can picture perfectly the image. It was probably like, it might have been Nashville because you were in Nashville a couple weeks. You were in a hotel room.
Yep.
You're watching TV. Because at home, we don't watch TV with commercials because we watch Netflix and iTunes. And so I can picture you in bed eating room service dinner.
Watching Lock Up, no pants on,
watching Lock Up.
just having a good time. And here comes the commercial. Oh, what's this? Farmersonly.com. Not just for farmers.
And then you got out your phone and angrily.
All caps in the phone. They're not going to get away with this.
You opened a profile, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Just to see if it was true. Did I have to answer skill testing? How do they know I was only a farmer? But now, who cares? Anybody can join. Just for that little sidekick of country.
That was my favorite.
That's insulting to farmers. That's insulting to humans. What's wrong with people?
I have a question of the week for you. Would you like it?
Yeah. Is it from a farmer? Because it doesn't have to be a farmer, by the way. The other people are welcome to ask questions. But remember, only farmers can ask questions on this show. And anybody else.
I don't know if he's a farmer. His name's Chris Reed.
Yeah.
And he asked if you had any feelings or feedback on ads coming in the middle of a podcast as opposed to ads sort of like sometimes like the ads just at the beginning of the podcast. Do you have any what do you think about that?
My man, Chris Reed. How are you, Chris?
Chris, are you a farmer?
Chris ain't no farmer. No, he is not. Good chap. So
he might grow some tomatoes or something. You don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't have to be one apparently now. Screw it. Astronautsonly.com. Don't have to be an astronaut. It's in
Okay, I'm sorry.
word.
I'm sorry I said anything. I take back the tomato comment. Just answer the question, Scott. Ads at the beginning, middle,
I don't care
end.
where you put the ad. As long as when you say it's only for something, you only do that. I don't care where you put an ad. Put it in the middle. I don't care. I love when ads work with the show.
Yeah.
You know, one of the reasons we listened for a while, Bill Burr's podcast, he works the ad into his personality. We try to do that with Emma, right? Should it be interruptive? Well, no, but I get the deal, right? We're supposed to make some revenue sometimes off of stuff, and it works. And I just rather you work it in as a live read, like we do, than a commercial where it's inserted and abruptive.
If it has to be inserted, please, for the love of God, listen to how it sounds. Because when people are listening to a podcast and then all of a sudden your ad comes in and it's 3 times louder than the podcast they were listening to, it has to be the most irritating, disruptive, and painful on the ears thing.
I was just going to say that.
Horrible.
Has to be volume matched or I'm going to freak out.
But
Way
it-
too often that happens.
But that's because that's from TV, right? That's an
Yeah.
actual real TV technique.
which I don't watch anymore because of that.
The commercials go louder.
and
yeah.
it's like in your ears though. So it's like you're jolted
I know, I
out.
get it. Sitting in a hotel, no pants on, watching Lockup, and then jarringly comes on farmersonly.com. Doesn't matter if you're a farmer. It's in the word. Goodbye.
Yeah, we're all done here. Bye, guys.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and visit theunpodcast.com. And remember, friends don't let friends use QR codes.